Hello, everybody. I'm in a total drama mood right now, and I felt like talking about my favorite character from Pocatello Island, Topher. He's funny, arrogant, and incredibly interesting to watch. So let me tell you why. Topher's totally top tier. Christopher Topher, no last name, is a contestant from Total Drama Pocatello Island. He was a member of the Floating Salmon and was eliminated 8th, making him the last contestant eliminated before the merge. He never returned to the series except for a cameo during the 16th episode of the Redonkulous Race, using reused footage from I Love You Nots. Topher is such a huge Chris McClain fan that he gave himself the nickname Chris 2.0, and even has a cat named after Chef Hatchet. He frequently goes out of his way just to try to talk to Chris, which usually causes him to hinder his team. Just like Chris, Topher can be quite arrogant and frequently admires himself. He joins the show not to win the prize money, but to replace Chris as the host, and will attempt to do so at any opportunity, whether it's by taking his job and announcing the challenges, or humiliating him on live TV. And I pulled most of that straight from the Total Drama Wiki. I mean, who doesn't love a little bit of plagiarism? He is likely to never return and fall into obscurity, alongside other contestants like Blaney, Stacy, B, Bierdo, Rodney, Tammy, the tennis rivals, and the geniuses. But unlike those characters, Topher managed to have a little bit of a storyline. We watch as Topher reveals his plans to usurp Chris as host through his 8-episode run, starting off as a Chris superfan who seemingly only joined to meet Chris, later showing that his true goal was to become the host of the show and replace Chris McClain. He next planned first by trying to show the audience and producers that Chris is too old to be a good host. He then steals Chris's cell phone to talk to the producers directly. When he believed that he replaced Chris as the host, he threw the challenge and ended up being sent home, giving us one of the best eliminations in Total Drama history.
I'm ecstatic to announce that you're eliminated, Chris! Ha! Who, me? Whatever do you mean? Newsflash, Chris is going home and I'm taking over the show. I got the phone call from the producers during the challenge. That's why I cheered, and that's why I don't care that we lost, because I am now in charge! Ha! Yes!
Oh, Topher, sorry to say, but there's been a change of plans.
Huh? You? No, it can't be. Here's a lesson. When it comes to showbiz, never play a player. I knew he had my phone all along.
How'd you know you was calling the producers?
It's what I would have done.
But why the sunglasses and mustache? You couldn't even see you.
Dude, it's called getting into character. Look at the mustache.
You got a lot to learn, kid.
Later! Good riddance.
Topher is also hilarious. Most of his comedy comes from either his ego or his dick riding of Chris.
You don't want to miss any of this here on Total Drama Pocatello Island! Bravo! Encore! Brilliant! I like this kid.
You know, now that I look at my favorite characters in Topher, I think I might just have a thing for contestants with egos. But one aspect that Topher has that all these other contestants don't is that he is absolutely pathetic.
What?
Nope. Wrong Topher. Anyways, sure, characters like Duncan, Al, Lightning, and Heather have their pathetic moments, but without his ego, Topher becomes absolutely pitiful.
Wow! Good makeup job, dude! You look 20 years younger! It's like you're 30 again! I am 30. Oh! Yeah! I know! And now you look it! But you could use some moisturizer. Oh! Thank you! Ah! Spiders in my hair! Spiders in my hair!
Speaking of Topher's ego, it's a major part of what makes him tick. It's both his greatest strength and his Achilles heel. On one hand, his extreme confidence and self-obsession make him incredibly funny, but on the other hand, it can rub a lot of people the wrong way. Take it away, though, and he just wouldn't be the same. His ego adds a bunch of depth to his personality and makes him a real standout, not just in the Pocatello Island cast, but in the entire Total Drama series. Speaking of depth to Topher's character, let's talk about some depth. So one thing I think not nearly enough people give Pocatello Island credit for is the hidden depth shown in almost all of their contestants. Seriously, if you pay attention to some of what these characters say / have at their house, you can pull a lot of stuff from these wacky guys. Anyways, you may be asking,
but what depth does Topher have?
I'm glad you asked, dear viewer. But before I show you Topher's depth, let's watch his audition tape.
Topher here. A lot of people have told me I look like a young Chris McClane. In fact, my nickname is Chris 2.0. I gave it to myself.
Hey, hey! Morning, campers! Time to eat pain! Right, Chef?
I don't care about the money. I just want the chance to stare down the barrel of the camera and say, "Welcome to Total Drama!"
Bad Chef! Bad!
Thanks to Topher's audition tape, we know that Topher gave himself the nickname Chris 2.0. Now, if you have to give yourself a nickname, you probably don't have any friends to give you that nickname. Topher also has a cat, and pets are typically used for companionship. We also see a picture of Chris hanging on Topher's wall. Not a poster, but a framed portrait, much like what you would have for a family member. I believe that Topher grew up without a father, and because of this, he views Chris as a father figure. While desperately wanting his job, it is also clear that Topher craves his respect and admiration, which could come from a desire for parental validation. Now, am I looking way too deep into this? Almost certainly, but speculation is fun, and it's my video, so I'ma do what I want. Now you, dear viewer, may be asking,
Wow, those are incredible points. I should definitely subscribe as only 3% of your views come from your subscribers. But why should I care about Topher as opposed to other characters from Pakatu Island?
well, that's an amazing question. Though Topher isn't as popular as Sean or Jasmine, considered as funny as Max, or as adjective as Sky, I feel that Topher is one of the more slept-on characters, not just in Pakatu Island, but in the entire series. And while I don't really care if you agree or disagree with me, as I am nowhere nearly as invested with Topher as I am with characters like Duncan, Alejandro, Lightning, Heather, the sisters, and Z, I do believe that you guys should watch Pakatu Island, and that you guys should pay more attention to Topher. You may just find out why. Topher's totally top tier. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did like it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That comment made by my good friend, Average Fanta Enjoyer, who I 100% was not holding hostage, was true. Only 3% of my viewers are subscribed. So please, subscribe. I'm begging ya. Anyways, is there a character that you feel is underrated? Let me know down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.